Watercolour. It's time again for some more drawing. This one I have to actually cut the paper first. I'm going to use the picture that's above. I don't know how big I want to do this, but perhaps I should have cut this paper beforehand. But basically just cutting it from the board. I'm using my long nails for something. Sometimes you want to work directly on the board. Usually I do that, but today, for this painting, I want to actually attach it to something, although I don't know what. But I think I'll do a certain size painting. What's a typical size painting? I've been doing 5x7s and they're tough kind of to do. So maybe an 8x10. We'll do that. Sorry this isn't the drawing part of the show yet, but will be. Let me know if you can't hear the audio or not. Alright. 8x10. Well, this is 10, so I should really do this as 8, just so I can use the most of this paper. This is my expensive watercolor paper. My paper cutter barely gets through it. There we go. That's 8, and then this is 10. It should be 10 automatically. It's an 8x. It's a 10x14 sketchbook, so let me just double check. Oh, it's a little bit larger. Really? Wouldn't have guessed that. Okay, 8x10. Alright. I tell you, that barely gets through. This, unfortunately, is paper that you cannot trace through. Alright. Right now, while I don't have it taped down, it's kind of a good time to sketch. So I'll grab my little digital drawing glove so that my greasy hands don't get all over things. Let's see what I can muster up as far as a sketch. Make sure this thing is actually viewable, unlike yesterday. Alright. This is going to be very rough, very bare-boned, because I have not started it as of yet. But I do want to keep recording and see how it turns out. Maybe I'll just use an HB this time. Lately I've been using a 2B, which is a little soft. Just wanted to grind down the lead point so that there's not a whole lot of damaging the paper. So, alright. Let's see. Guess I should put the reference image up, hey? You can see it, but I can't see it. So, I believe it was this one. Yeah. Doesn't have cherry blossoms in it, but it has those beautiful little trimmed pines. Oh, my stomach. That's what I get for having curry, butter chicken. So, it's kind of a good setup right now as it is, I think, picture-wise. So, I don't know how I'll start. At least the majority of the castle's over in the corner. I have to remember my taped outline will take a good chunk of that. So if I started somewhere in this vicinity to somewhere over here. Sure. Alright. Essentially, it's a bunch of boxes. Although I can't draw them like boxes on here, too heavy, because I'll just wreck the paper. So, let's see. Oh, my stomach is just a rumbling. What do I got for doing this at lunch? They're not all the same step, but I do want to try and stagger them. I'm trying to go super light. Probably should turn the light on here. I don't know if that'll help or hinder. It's a good question. Okay, so we got this to that, that to that, that to that. I'm just going to try and lay this out with points, keeping in mind perspective as well. I was hoping this looks like the front. There, this looks like the side, but is that going to be too far over where I step down? Or should this be the end and this be the side? I'm afraid this isn't going to be the most exciting drawing time. Dab some of that off of there. So this is that corner. Okay. This has to be a little bit more. If we do that, it's getting too far over. You know what? I think I'll stick with what I had originally. So this somewhere. A little bit wider. Not by a ton. That is the roof part. So the wall part is down here. I have no idea. It's nice to be able to draw on an angle if the paper's angled up like this, because then you can see it a little better. But not possible. Live stream or just paper. I don't think I don't have a little board to do the slanting. Oh my goodness, my stomach. Okay, so that this jumps over here, the roof. This jumps here. A little bit less of it is shown actually. And that looks like it goes about a third over here. Hopefully I'm not making this too big. Because there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Walls. I think I did it too big. Alright, start again. What's happening is I'm running out of page room this way. Because there's the first step, first top floor, second top floor, third, fourth, and fifth, and then this one's going to go down to about here, which would be that wall. But then your trees are just going to be just touching below. It's going to be I don't know if that's a good view or not. Kind of puts it floating. So here we go with the eraser. Looks like instead of starting at one side and working down, I need to plot out my whole area. It's like drawing a character on a page. You end up running out of the page, which has happened a ton. So it looks like about a quarter of the page is a third of the page is the wall. Should be somewhere here and here. The tree should be here. And of course you can't see any of this on the stream because I'm doing it so incredibly light. That's okay. Once I get a little bit more into this, then the person will be able to see. So this is the top. This right here, which is the, let's do this. This light's hurting the view. Yeah, there we go. Whatever. Put this down a little bit better. Let's see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, so I got this. I got this. This. You never know, I might be tearing this one up too. Or just turning it over on the other side and doing it. You never know. I don't know if it's too focused or not. Can you focus on that camera? Let's see. I know, not the most exciting stream. This thing autofocus or what? Autofocus. There we go. How's that? Alright. So, let's try putting the light on again. Alright. So, get this, get that. This is going to go flying over here. Almost, it's such a shallow slope. And you have the center line of this, which basically turns into this roof line here. Which kind of goes up to those 3 lookout points. So this is a castle that I've been in, and it's one of Japan's oldest kind of castles that hasn't been gutted or bombed out or ravaged by war. They've redone it quite a few times and like restored pieces, but has not. I mean, it has stood the test of time to be very traditional. So I've got to be careful not to go too far in one section, otherwise I end up screwing myself over. There's enough people doing that. Huh? I don't need help. It kind of comes right down to that point, actually. It goes right. Oh boy, this is going to be a pain in the bum. This comes down here. This comes down here. Again, nothing has to be perfect. So I make a promise, it won't be perfect. Get this. That's there. The side of the building here starts right here. Goes down a little bit. There's a roof part there, which is still tilting down. And it goes right into it like this. This roof comes down a little bit and goes up this way. We got this wall here, and I've got moved over from that to get this point here. Which is good. I should put a piece of paper over on this side so I don't sweat on it. Turn my other light on so I don't get my shadow from my hand as much. Any wonder this room gets warm. Okay, so we've got that. We're going like this. Working down this way. It's just very simple roof at the moment, which will be highly detailed later. There's a little hump in the middle, kind of. We've got it raising up here, and it doesn't really raise up as much there, but it's because of the perspective. I am glad I'm not doing this 5 by 7 as I normally do, because I think I would want to shoot myself based on the detail. That little piece, that piece will be further. Work down from the center to get this roof. Tie in here. Little fish, carp, whatever it is, I can't remember. So it's a fish of some sort. One down. Of course, the picture is hard to see, but I did take this photo. So I was going to use something that was taken from somebody else, but I thought, nope, stick with the things that you've taken because it means something to you. Don't just take any photo because it may be a nicer photo or seem like you did a better painting. That's not the point. The point is to try and have a little fun. So that's kind of how I'm going. I should put this kind of straight up and down. See if that helps the view look a little bit more normal. Alright, so we got that. The sun really bleaches these tiles out, which is what they do, what they want. It's not the tiles that's bleached so much as the white on them. Okay, so we've got this coming down here. We've got this coming down over here. And that gets intersected by the roof a little bit coming down there. This coming down there. And going up here. So, I don't know. A little point. course, I don't pick anything freaking easy. Ever. My stomach is just loving that curry. Jeepers creepers. Three little windows. Alright, so that. And this goes into two, so this fake center line that I'm doodling there. This should be in between that and that, so this should come out here. This actually goes right behind this point, and almost up to the roof there. It's not completely centered, but it'll peak there, and we have the swooping there, and then this kind of comes out and does a little point again. Oh boy. Already done my V8. My vegetables. Alright. Now before I go too far, yeah, no, this should be a good height on the page. Okay. Like that, and that, and this piece of roof. Of course, because it's in perspective, it's not quite the same line as the one above. It kind of tilts at a slightly different angle. Yeah, it's one thing that throws me. It's probably because of the job that I do, but if perspective isn't right or something isn't level, aka over perfection syndrome here, then I'll notice it. Even walking in this castle, they did all restoration and everything to keep it updated. Not updated, but keep the finishes good or something. They even restored the center pillar, which needs to be replaced every now and then. And there is a center pillar in this castle. Most castles, I think. To keep it sturdy during quakes. So they replaced it, and I could feel that the floor was sloping in one spot. So that was pretty funny. Not a know-it-all. Just a very sensitive inner ear, maybe? I don't know. Just like getting sick on planes, or trains, or motion, or heat, or time of day, air, you know. That's me, Mr. Air Sick. So that. I'll do a little more detail here because these roofs, they actually go back. And this one goes back, but of course it's higher up because we're in perspective. The dark portion, because it's in shadow, we see. The other part we can't barely see, but it basically comes and connects there. Architecturally, that makes sense. Same with here. This would come down, and this actually, there's a roof here that you can't see, but that's what this roof ties into. So that little line will not be there. Okay. All right. There won't be much done in this lunch hour, but every little bit counts. Every little bit seems to be just that, a little bit more. So, the tile work on these roofs are amazing. I'm tempted one of these times to try watercoloring without inking, where I just do pencils and do watercolor right over them. But I don't think it's going to be this one, folks. one thing is for certain is I never pick an easy one, that's for sure. Haha, so true. So true. I just read the comment. Absolutely. So all I can do is try to be close. Yeah, right. Okay, so we got that. This ends up sloping from, see, it has a similar triangular roof, similar to this one on the other side. So this one is sloping down. Comes to a little bit of an abrupt end with a cap there. And then this carries on main pitch of the roof. And I have a visitor. It's the old man. This might be upside down. The old man. Got a pencil? You dressed up for success, Mr. Ty? Yes. Good boy. All right. We got 3 minutes you gotta wait, buddy, and then you can get outside. So we got 1 roof, yes. 2 roofs, yes. 3 roofs, yes. 4th. I don't know if that's deep enough, actually. I think this one has to be deeper. I think it has to go down somewhere over. Because I didn't account for it sloping into the face of the building. So I'll just tap that. Because this basically goes up to about here. It slopes down and then it meets with this one. All the same roof level that we've got to connect with. Of course, that's there. This ridge is here. This little bump is here. And that, whatever. This kind of goes here. It was close, but I think I needed to bring this down quite a bit more. Well, maybe not. Maybe not a lot more. But some. Shoots past here. My wobbly hand. So then this roof basically continues. Can't really see it, but then it continues down here, connects with that roof. This has that point on it. All right. This has a point on it here. It's not really a point, it's a sometimes a roof tile cap, and sometimes it's a fish, big fish sculpture, which I have pictures of somewhere. And again, being on white paper, I think there's going to be a lot of shadow work. Like this whole side will be in shadow. And then I'll have to do sky around it and so on. But anyway, that's my time and I gotta get back to work, so thank you so much for watching. And I will put an end to this. Thanks again for watching. And hopefully we'll do this after work. Bye for now.